film with friends, missing VHS videotape repeating.
Welcome back, family and crew, to another haul video. Got a couple big interesting pieces, not VHS related, but and actually I think nothing in this is VHS related. It's mainly DVDs, and then a couple weird big pieces. So we'll take a look at the big pieces first real quick. This has been sitting back. So this is in the back shelf of my work. I had City through it for a couple weeks. I kept putting off getting it, so I figured I might as well do it. Boom. It's a Headliner 303 model 425. I'm just scraping up my desk. There's a 30 TDC Selectron Semi-Matic, Bell & Howell Company, 3-dimension company, TDC Headliner 303. So this is a 35 millimeter slide projector. So you put your slides in to show your friends and all that back in the day, if you ever did any film photography that utilized slides. But again, this is just something that's just cool. It'll be like a show piece, just a display piece at the new apartment when I get there, along with some other things that you'll be seeing here in a second. I went ahead and picked this up. See, my friend who does donations as well, he set this to the side, but there's a manual in here in the side of it it was a manual for a digital camera. I had no interest in that, but then I opened it up and realized that it's actually a Canon Rebel 2000 EOS. It's a 35 millimeter camera. So, and it comes with 2 different lenses, just like the other one that I had. Came with some lenses. And the best part is it actually has 3 rolls of unused film. But I didn't see an expiration date on it, so I'm not sure if the film's going to be worth anything or not. But just the 3 rolls of film alone, you'd roughly pay $30 for. And I got this whole thing for 20 plus my discount, so roughly 15. So that's 2 35 millimeter cameras I've collected in the past couple weeks. This one may just be the backup. Maybe I'll keep black and white film in this one and keep color film in the Pentax. I've had a couple things sitting in the back corner of the production area at City Thrift. They've just been sitting there. I've been waiting for somebody to do something with it, but they haven't. So I finally just yoinked it and asked for a price on it, and they sold it to me. So I only got one of these. There were 2. Maybe I'll get the other one, but this is what's that, Ciralab? Or Crawlab? Grawlab? I don't know if that's a C or an A. It might be Gra, G-R-A. Darkroom timer. Not sure if it works or not, but it's what you use in your darkroom when you're developing film. So there were 2 of these. I just got one for now. If the other one sits there for a while, maybe I'll snag it too. Again, it's just going to be a display piece. And I thought initially, sitting in the box, there was an 8 millimeter projector. Turned out not to be the case, but it was this. This Baya 8 millimeter. It's a film editor. It's a film splicer. You have your take-up reel here. You have your payout reel here. This is your little splicing section down here. You got a little blade there to cut your film. Got a little teeth thing there for your sprockets. It plugs in, it illuminates, you run the film through there as you find your moment to splice it, whatever else. But again, conversation piece. I have a lot of film, old film, projection stuff. Via 8 millimeter viewer, because they call it a viewer. Got your switch there. Jackson, Mississippi. Pretty cool. So again, this is a display piece for the new apartment to go along with my old 35 millimeter projectionist stuff, like a film counter, film splicers, all that stuff I used when I was a projectionist. And I snagged one of these, which is just a little tripod for cameras. It's actually pretty heavy. It's metal. All the ones you get now are plastic and junky, but it extends out through the bottom. It's got the standard size screw at the top, because even this little Polaroid one's got the thing at the bottom for a tripod. And the last piece I picked up was this Panasonic Slimline tape recorder. It takes 4C batteries, or if you have a power plug, you can plug in. So I may have a plug that works, but just thought that was fun. This is the second one of these I bought in a couple of weeks. I bought a Sony before, and this one's Panasonic. Now really getting into the meat and potatoes of this video. Is I always wondered, I've seen on Instagram a lot, I've seen on a couple of the YouTube channels, people that have snapper case DVD collections. And I never understood it, because to me, I thought the worst DVDs ever released were DVDs released in the snapper cases. But a lot of the first DVDs were released in snapper cases, including the first two that I ever bought. First two movies I ever bought on DVD were Blade and Disturbing Behavior, and I believe both of them were snapper cases. This is like early 99, maybe late 98. But I've seen people that just love collecting snapper cases, and they have like these huge collections of them. And I was like, should I do that? Maybe that'd be interesting. I'm not sure. And then I kind of hemmed and hawed. But we had, this past weekend at City Thrift, was media, 50% off media. So that's why I went kind of crazy and bought a ton of it, because I got it for really, really cheap, 30 to 50 cents per piece. But then also, people dropped off a ton of DVDs and VHS. I'm talking boxes upon boxes. And this one box came in, I took off the top layer of regular DVDs, and it was just a huge collection of snapper cases. So I was able to like jumpstart a snapper case collection. So I was like, all right, let's do it. So I don't even know how, I haven't even counted these. So I bought a box of these. Then I went back when I was there the next day, I went looked on our shelves and took out all the snapper cases on the shelves too, and got those discounted. So I'm going to burn through these pretty fast. Again, I can't believe I bought all these snapper cases, but, people collect them, so maybe I'll toy with them for a while, then maybe I'll get rid of them. What sucks is a lot of them were full screen, but who cares? So we got You Got Mail, I Am Sam. So a lot of these are Warner Brother. And then New Line, I remember, did these a lot, but a majority of these are Warner Brothers. So Warner Brothers are the ones that kind of had the snapper case game on point. Kangaroo Jack, Mystic River, and there may be one or two doubles in here. Pay It Forward, saw that in theater. Hold 10 Yards. So almost all these are Warner Brothers. Trial and Error, The Wedding Singer. That's New Line. Ocean's 11. That's Warner. America, A Tribute to Heroes. A 9/11 tribute. That's Sony, Universal, Warner, BMG, and EMI all together. Murder by Numbers. A Walk to Remember. Animatrix. Alex and Emma. Analyze This. The Pelican Brief. Looks like some of these are former rental copies. Analyze That, so it's a sequel. Casablanca. The Fugitive. Pacific Heights. It's got some of these have names and writings on them. Another copy of Ocean's 11. Again, like I said, I just kind of went and grabbed everything. Training Day, because we did have a big box of these come in like a week or maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, but they were all like dusty and looked like they'd been water damaged, like they've been sitting out like in somebody's garage for a while. Born in East LA, that is Good Times. Yeah, because there's Halloween 2 and 3, was it just 2? I think Halloween 2 and 3 were both released snapper cases at some point as well from Good Times Anchor Bay, or Good Times before Anchor Bay. The Art of War, Lethal Weapon 4, saw that in theater. The Whole 9 Yards, that comes from Vintage Stock, and then from City Thrift. U.S. Marshals. The original House of Wax. Wild Wild West, a great movie. Any Given Sunday, an actually great movie. The Heist, a fantastic movie. David Mamet, this is a good movie. You've never seen it. Saw that in theater. Got paid to watch it, actually screened it. Chris Rock, Bigger and Blacker. Gothica, full screen. Unopened. The Goonies. I think I bought this originally on DVD, so this might be one I had, because I think this has the video commentary on it. Yeah. Why Do Fools Fall in Love? About halfway there. Osmosis Jones. Whole 10 Yards. I think that's the second one already. Caddyshack. Pay It Forward. Second copy. Devil's Advocate. Three Kings. Another copy of Training Day. So, a few more doubles than I thought. But I really wasn't paying attention. I was just grabbing everything off the shelves. Again, if you can just kind of jumpstart a collection like this, I mean, you might as well. Because if I were going to go through and try and buy all these individually, separately here and there, I don't know if I would have. But since I was able to just get a whole bunch of them all at once, I figured, it doesn't do any harm. Another copy of The Fugitive. The Pledge. Boiler Room. Caddyshack 2, 3,000 Miles to Graceland, Matchstick Men, saw that in theater at a screening, Best in Show, U.S. Marshals, that's the second copy, Ace Ventura. There were two copies of these. One of them, the disc was really marred up and looked bad, and the other one, the case looked really bad, so I just put two and two together. I took the best parts of each and made a better one. Money Talks, Swordfish, third copy of Ocean's 11. I don't recall if the other two were full screen or widescreen, but I'll keep one of each probably. Last Boy Scout, love this movie. Young Danielle Harris, Damon Wayans, Bruce Willis, such a fun movie. Major League 2, Boiling Point, Rudolph and Frosty's Christmas in July. Another copy of Murder by Numbers. I don't recall if the other one was full screen or widescreen. Driven. Maverick. Collateral Damage. A movie whose previews we had to yank out of the theater because 9/11 happened. The Negotiator. And lastly, Marky Mark and Rockstar. This was the first 35mm print I ever built up. In 2001 was Rockstar. When I was training to be a projectionist, as the first print ever. So let's do a count real quick if we can. I'm curious if there's any way to figure out how many movies were released in snapper cases. Far too many. You see how it's pretty much Warner Brothers that did all this damage to the DVD community. These things are awful. So I'll include all the doubles too, just because I got them all in the same lot. 1, 2, 3. 64. So 64 minus the doubles, I'd say roughly 55 different films, but 64 altogether. So I just jump-started my snapper case collection. But none of these, except maybe Goonies, I think is one I owned before. But none of these I believe I owned. Maybe Animatrix, I don't recall. But, so I'll keep these for a while. Maybe I'll throw them on eBay at some point when I get tired of them. but not too bad. Again, probably from any new ones coming into the city thrift, I'll snag them and add to the collection. Any doubles, I'll set to the side. Maybe I'll keep a full screen and a widescreen version of the same movie just to keep the collection, interesting. But yeah, so pretty much all these, I think, roughly again were 30 to 50 cents each, maybe even less. Because some I bought on one day when it's 50% off media, one, and maybe like that many I bought the next day when it wasn't 50% off. I still usually get a really good discount. But yeah, so 64 snapper cases. 60 of which? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4-ish, 5, 6, 7. It's about 7 out of these are non-Warner Brothers, but most of them are Warner Brothers. So let me know you guys' thoughts on snapper cases. That is what kind of DVD started as and where they came from. Thankfully, they don't do these anymore. As always, like, comment, share, subscribe. See you next time.